Mit Quant AI können Sie eine signifikante Kostensenkung und Produktivitätssteigerungen in Ihrer Unternehmung erzielen. Durch die Implementierung von AI in verschiedenen Bereichen über alle Abteilungen hinweg erzielen Sie in der Organisation mit Microsavings eine enorme Effizienzsteigerung. Diese Effizienzsteigerungen wachsen exponentiell pro Jahr. Reale Anwendungsfälle zeigen messbare Erfolge in Bereichen wie Kundenservice, Cybersecurity, Personalbeschaffung und mehr. Quant AI ist die erste souveräne AI, auf der Ihre Daten in einer sicheren Infrastruktur geschützt sind und Ihre Unabhängigkeit gewahrt wird. Mit mehreren Standorten in der Schweiz und AI Supercomputern bieten wir mit verschiedenen Plänen über 30 AI-Modelle sowie skalierbare Lösungen an. Besuchen Sie uns auf phoenixtechnologies.ch.
Welcome everybody here on site of Uptown Basel. I look really forward to today's event. My name is Desiree Lehmann, and as a presenter I will guide you a little bit through today's event. I welcome everybody here. So many people have found the way to Uptown Basel, which is amazing, and I also greet everybody who is joining us via live stream. This is amazing to have you all here for such an important day. Of course, we are talking about the go-live of the AI Supercomputer, and we are now located at Uptown Basel, which is a competence center for the industries 4.0 and also 5.0. We are in Arlesheim, and only a couple hundred meters away from us is actually the data center of NorthC, where the AI supercomputer is located and is waiting to go live. We also do have a buzzer here. You maybe have already seen it. You have to be a little bit patient. We will have several speeches before we will go live and have the highlight of today. It's a very important day, but of course, I first want to introduce the CEO of Phoenix Technologies with me. Please welcome with me with a huge applause, Thomas Taroni. Oh. Thomas, today marks such an important day, and I know you worked very long, very hard to really be here now. I mean, it's the end of an era, but it's also the beginning of a new era. So please share with me a little bit more. How did it happen that we are standing here now, and on what kind of projects have you worked possible?
Yes, thank you very much. This is very important for us. We go online with a commercial supercomputer, so this means that we have first asked our customers what they expect from us when it comes to AI. We have there identified 4 points. One is the easy access of the technology. A second one is the freedom of action of them, here in Switzerland, very well known. Then a secure IT environment. We call it the sovereign IT here. The fourth one is the most important thing. Access to AI expertise. So they not want to do it alone. They want to do it together with experts. Let me go back to the first one. Easy access. A simplified access means they could integrate it in the same way as they use today already cloud. So we have integrated it into our cloud, and our customers could consume it through the cloud in the same way as they do consume today all the services. The freedom of action, it's very important. They not want to rely on something they could not get out. This was obviously a very important point, and I think this is a big difference when we talk here in Switzerland about such things. Access to the secure IT environment. Often when it comes to secure environments, it's difficult to use it, to understand it, and so on. So we have also integrated the so-called secure confidential AI in the same way as anything else in our cloud. Oh, yeah, it's back. Finally, the access to the AI experts. We have the AI Innovation Center started, where we bring together the AI experts, the ecosystem, as well as the customers.
impressive to hear all about that. I also heard about a very impressive number, which is, let me think, 15.7 trillion. What is this number all about?
Yes, we have seen before this other number, the 40% increasing, so it's a huge number, of course. So we not talk about one single thing when 40% savings and then you get to this number. It's more, if you improve each process in a huge company of 10,000 of employees by 1%, you land at this number. So you have thousands of micro savings when you use generative AI in your company. And here we see the source of PwC, that this is the number.
Well, first of all, these are amazing times. These are amazing times because we're at the beginning of a new industrial revolution.
Technology, including AI, is ultimately just a tool. It's a means, not an end. And our end remains our mission to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more.
I have a very positive and optimistic view of AI. I think we will bring AI to everyone. We're only gated by your imagination.
I think these are all people that we all well, and we see also they need a team. Nobody does it alone. I think you can agree with that. So the word ecosystem is very relevant for you also to use the power that brings this AI supercomputer. When we talk about ecosystem, you are building the AI Innovation Center, which is also a part of your work, a big part of your work. So what does this mean exactly?
Yeah, I will give you an example from myself. I'm a developer, and when it has started with AI, a lot of people have said, we do need no more developers. I've not understand that at the beginning, but of course we need developers, but we know more program code. If you create a software with AI, you simply know more using programming languages to do that. So you have to think out of the box. Even the specialists like me in a specific domain have to think out of the box to understand how generative AI could help you. And there must be in this fast-growing business world a space where you could think about all that stuff. And the AI Innovation Center is basically the first address when it becomes to such a place where experts, domain experts could meet the customers, or if you want to share ideas and so on, this should be the space where you do that. We handle that as memberships at the end, and everyone could be part of it.
Thank you so much for this first overview. You will be back when it comes to the most important part,
yes.
Pressing the buzzer. But for now, thank you so much, Thomas Taroni, for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, with all these insights, we now heard what is possible. And sometimes I have the feeling that people have the impression that this will be in the future. We can slowly start to really put our little toe in the water and see if it's good or not. But this is not the thing. The thing is happening now. So we have a use case here that we can present. It was done by uptownBasel. So we have Jan Mikolon from uptownBasel here who will present us what's happening real time and present the use case. Big applause for you.
So thank you very much and a warm welcome to the audience. My name is Jan Mikolon. I'm a data scientist at IBM, and together with my colleagues from uptownBasel, I'm really proud that we have a really exciting project for you. This is already running on the Quant AI infrastructure. And next to this, we leveraged also the uptownBasel ecosystems already that provide us actually really access to world-leading experts. So let's get started. What is the use case? So imagine it's cancer. In the classical way, you take a small sample of this cancer and you're sending this to a laboratory. This laboratory is actually analyzing the cancer of genomic mutations. And after that, genomic experts writing a report that you can see here on the left side. And it's a little tiny, but you have to imagine these kind of reports are really, really complex. So that in turn leads to the fact that only more than 5% of these kind of reports are actually too complex for every oncologist to be understood. And this in turn leads to the fact that at least 5% worldwide are not getting the right cancer treatment strategy. So So it's a huge problem. And next to these kind of analysts are quite expensive still. Like you have to pay around $400 to $600 for these kind of reports. So what we have created here is a solution that transfers the knowledge of a genomic expert to an AI. And this is already running on the Quant AI infrastructure. So how does it work? Actually, we used an open source model. We took a lot of data to fine-tune this kind of model. Based on the insights of James, who was our expert from the uptownBasel ecosystem that we leveraged in order to have an expert for these kind of projects to say, okay, the results of the AI are good, or maybe we have to improve it. And this was really successful because with this solution, we were able to reduce the text analyst work by 90% and bringing like this kind of report analysts from $400 to $600 to probably $30. So it's a huge case. And we are really proud to working together with Quant AI because one of the biggest problems of Gen AI is all the time to bring Gen AI into production, right? So a lot of companies are failing. And with the professional setup here, we were really able to bring and to move our application to production that can be now accessed by everyone, actually. Worldwide, it's accessible for everyone who wants to make use out of it. And this is great. But there's one big thing in advance. We used also quantum computing, right? And quantum computing has a really big promising for us because it can help us for generative AI to train these models more efficient. This is really important because you have to imagine when you are training the next large language model, you need months, you need a lot of GPUs. And with the help of quantum computing, you actually can reduce this time. And this, in turn, leads also to less costs for developing these kind of large language models. And in doing so, we were able also to reduce the carbon footprint for this model by 24%. This is amazing. And the speed up of a quadratic speed up for the training process. So the key message, you have here everything, right? You have Quant AI with the amazing infrastructure that helps you to bring Gen AI really into production. You have uptownBasel as an enabler for doing these great projects and doing really disruptive business models behind that. And for sure, uptownBasel, the ecosystem. So access to world-leading experts from life science, from other departments, from IBM, from other technology companies. It's amazing. So my key message to you is let's join the party and looking forward to see you soon here at uptownBasel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jan Mikolan. And if there are questions to this amazing project, you get in touch over Phoenix Technology a little bit more if you're interested. And of course, to have the right use cases, you always need the right products. And of course, also the products with the right trust value. So we do have a video here from the CPO of Phoenix Technologies, Peter De Meo, with the provocative title, Can You Trust Your AI? So let's see what he has an opinion on that.
Hi everybody, this is Peter De Meo from Phoenix Technologies, Chief Product Officer, and today I'll talk a little bit about whether you can trust your AI, because you know what, you probably think you can, and maybe, well, you shouldn't. Why is that? Well, you know, AI is in every single facet of everything that we're doing these days, whether it's automating tasks, driving insights, enhancing our decision making. But the thing that we don't often think about is that there's a lurking danger that sits behind all of it, and that is your privileged administrator. And they can make mistakes, or they can even be malicious, right? I mean, for example, they could put some data in an optical recognition system, maybe used in a car, that somehow, you know, inadvertently mistakes a stop sign for a yield sign, but maybe it wasn't inadvertent because it actually had been, who knows, right? But if you have access, these things can actually happen. Let's take a look example of Harry de Victim. And Harry is working for the Swiss government, and he's going to, you know, check up how the renewable energy targets are doing in Switzerland. So I'm going to go ahead and submit a query to an AI system. It's a private system, so it must be okay, right? and they'll get the response back. And sure enough, everything is absolutely hunky-dory, right? So everything's fine. And Harry takes the information and he does what he needs to do. Now, what happens if, in fact, the person whom he works with and trusts every single day is none other than Luna Lovegood, who is the system administrator? She has access to everything, but she has a good heart, right? No worries. Except that she works with someone who doesn't. And that's Bellatrix Lestrange. And Bellatrix is evil, okay? Evil. And what happens is that Bellatrix works with Luna. She sends her good friend Luna an email, which happens to be an AI-generated malware, and sure enough, Luna falls for the bait, and next thing you know, Bellatrix becomes Luna, okay? Now, what could possibly happen if Bellatrix is Luna? Well, let's take a look. So going back to that same inquiry, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get those queries to resubmit them, but this time Bellatrix is going to intercept the query output tokens, and she's going to feed them back to the system to get pushed to Harry. And this time, unfortunately, Switzerland's not doing so great, right? So Harry actually could be making some bad decisions on data that, from all intents and purposes looked pretty good, except that Bellatrix changed it, right? Because, well, she had access. And so, getting access is only part of the story. You have to be able to also, when you want to, deal with these threats, you have to also, from an organizational perspective, think about, have you really assessed your AI strategy against your security strategy? Look at your security capabilities, look at the maturity of the people doing it, and making sure that all your service providers, for example, can be trusted, the model providers can be trusted, that you know the sources of everything, right? That you have governance in place and controls, and you're doing risk monitoring, you're doing, art testing and pen testing, and you are ensuring that, above all, you're educating everybody. Even when you do all of those things, okay, you could still get thwarted by technology, right? Now, when you think about technology, it's like, oh, well, we'll just encrypt everything. Sure, we can go ahead and encrypt everything. We can encrypt the databases, the logs, the compute, the model, memory, like all that good stuff, okay? And sure enough, if it is encrypted, Bellatrix doesn't have access to that because she doesn't have the keys, okay? But you know what? That's not everything, okay? So most of these computing environments that we have today are what we call operationally assured, meaning that, they've got policies and procedures in place to ensure that bad actors stay away. Even if you have mistakes, the damage can't be mitigated, right? Well, we all that doesn't work out that way, right? And one of the reasons for that is, let's say you have the U.S. Cloud Act and they want to do an investigation on your data, right? Well, because your cloud provider most likely has the key, they can get access to it and suffice that, right? Now, at Phoenix, we provide what's called technical confidential computing. I know that's a mouthful, but what it says is this: we can't access your stuff, okay? We don't have the keys, okay? So that's technical assurance. There's technology getting in the way here, and it effectively enables us to make a claim that we just don't have access. Okay, so technically assured. When you're thinking about your cloud provider, think about technically assured, non-operational assured. Now, what does that really mean? It means many things. It means putting your model and your compute and everything else into these enclaves where, again, we don't have access, no one else has access unless you're absolutely authorized. Now, we do a few other things. We combine blockchain and, basic access-based controls and other types of technologies, quantum-resistant encryption, things of that nature, to sort of provide a sort of holistic environment where even when you have Bellatrix operating everything and she's evil, she can't really do any harm. So one way that we do that, if you will, is by thinking about how we get models that are tuned and to production, even if it's in a compromised environment. And here we have Grace Hopper. She's a software developer and she's working on a model. That model is in one of these enclaves, okay, where no one else can get to it, especially Bellatrix. And when she's ready, she then pushes it up to production. Along the way, however, it's going to go to an audit function. Here, you're going to have Sherlock codes look at that model and ensure that everything about it is correct, okay? That it's fully authorized and everything looks good. And you'll notice that the way that the model went from that development environment to the audit environment well, it disappeared because we destroyed, the backward path, if you will, so there's no going back. So once Sherlock says, okay, it's good, then continue the process and push that model, from the audit environment into production, and again, destroy the enclave and the communication paths that it meant to. Okay, so this is a way that using technical assurance, we were able to provide a way for the model to itself to be deployed in a compromised environment. Now, last but not least is ensuring that even, when you have all this good stuff, you still, are up against people that try to do denial of service, right? So how do we defend that? Well, here we have Harry once again, and Harry's going to go ahead and make a query into the system. He's going to do access, using specialized encrypted tokens that are on a blockchain that we happen to own, called Dragonfly. It's also sovereign to Switzerland, and it also uses confidential computing. Now, these tokens are watermarked and anonymized, and basically have to go. And once the gate is lowered to allow the query to go through, again, that gate comes back up again to ensure that we do not have or susceptible to denial of service attacks. And then from there, on the way back, these watermark tokens come back, gate comes down, and Harry once again can see the results, but this time ensuring that no one like Bellatrix can manipulate them on the way back. So these are just examples of what we can do at Phoenix Technologies when we think about AI armor and how important that is into the environment that we're all living in today, and it can only get worse from here. So think about who you're working with when you want to protect your AI. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank Peter for this amazing content, and I think he answered his question pretty encouraging, in a pretty encouraging way, if you have the right partners. So after we heard the perspective from a product-wise side, I think it would be also very interesting to hear a little bit more about the technical perspective, and therefore we have the CTO of Technologies here. Please welcome with me Angel Núñez.
Thank you. Today is Celebration Day. After several months working with our partners, IBM, NorthC, Red Hat, all the ecosystem here in uptownBasel, we have it live, okay? So it has been several months of hard work, long weekends, coming to this point. So today is the day to celebrate, okay? On it. And hopefully when we press the button, everything will work and we will be happy. But I'm confident with this team, with these experts getting together, working on this, all the work that we have done, all the steps that we have taken to come to this place, I know it's going to work and it's going to be the beginning of an incredible journey. So today we are welcoming our new cluster into the ecosystem of Phoenix Technologies environments. So it's not the first time we are doing this. Okay, we have multiple data centers, as you can see, but what it makes it special this time is we have done it together, and it's amazing because there is amazing technology inside the data center. So inside this data center now in Basel, we have the supercomputer. So you will wonder, what is that supercomputer? Because is it just another cluster? Is it just another infrastructure? No, this is an infrastructure that has been designed by the IBM research team to be specialized on inference. Well, everyone is talking about training models, so why is inference so important? Actually, because this is what you will be using every day. You are not training models every day, but you are using those models every day. So this supercomputer is designed to be very fast, low latency in answering your queries. Okay? It does that very well. And using technology from Red Hat OpenShift, we are able to scale very well. So as this becomes the Fibonacci effect of the ecosystem, we can quickly grow this into be larger and larger and take care of more clients working in parallel. Okay? So what technologies, what are these ingredients that we have there that make this possible? So this is the new thing that we are welcoming to this ecosystem. Okay? Now we have those LLMs running on that very efficient supercluster. But this is just an ingredient. It's always about putting all these things together and make solutions. So we have our cloud platform running the modern content platform with OpenShift. Great foundation. But what do we do on top? Okay, we have the confidential computing and zero trust. We have been doing this for years, technologies from Linux ones and so on. we are able to run databases there with confidential computing. Okay, this is interesting because now, if I want to do an application that use my data and use the LLMs to answer questions, now I can have all this protected, running all in sovereign cloud here in Switzerland. What Peter was showing you before with Armor is real. We have made it. Okay, so it was a long journey. Hopefully it works today, because it's the thing with live demos. This is not a recording. It's real live. We have a concierge there. And it's a concierge because it's using your data in order to answer questions. Okay, and all this is running with confidential computing. Okay, so at the moment, we have used data coming from our documentation, so you don't have to read documentation. It's always boring. Who wants to read documentation? So for if you don't want to watch the video from Peter again, you can just come here and say, what is Quant AI Armor? Okay. You can ask that question. The model will look through the data, do the multiple queries for you, and come with a reply. Because the laptop was here quite while I was talking, and we were doing all the videos, perhaps I need to just refresh. But since I'm ready for this type of things, here I have the same that I just did it before. So you can see that it does work. And actually, if you go to that link, it's actually live. So you can do what I just did. You can test it. You can see it's not a video recording. You can make your own questions, and it's live. So basically, it's summarizing from our documentation what Peter was explaining before. Okay? So while using this information is not the most amazing thing, it's a concept. It's a proof of concept. This is the first time bringing together the supercluster that we just deployed with our confidential computing on the other side to make something unique, to make something where, hey, now I can start giving it more sensitive data, and it will work. Think about that data from before, that cancer reports, all the health data. That data, you cannot let it fall out or be leaked. Now, it's applying the same model to more interesting data. So it's the first step. I think the journey is going to be very interesting. I think we have here the right partners. It's going to be an amazing journey. So I'm looking forward for the next milestone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. These were very impressive insights, I think. And we are just a couple of minutes officially going live. But of course, it needs partners. It needs all of you that make this happen. And obviously, IBM plays a big, big part in this event and in this role. So we are very honored to have a short clip, a short interview of Senior Vice President and Director of Research, IBM, Dario. So please run the video of Dario.
On behalf of IBM, congratulations on the opening of the new AI Innovation Center. This new facility promises to bring together many members of the community and offers an open, innovative way to apply AI in order to discover solutions for some of the most pressing challenges we face today. Together with Phoenix, IBM recognizes the importance of open innovation and of giving creators the tools to build new technologies that power our world. IBM is working with Phoenix to deliver infrastructure based on what IBM has developed for our most advanced AI research, including GPUs for training, IBM AIU Spire chips for tuning and inferencing, managed with Red Hat OpenShift to provide a hybrid cloud-native environment. Being on the same platforms that IBM uses to drive our own AI roadmap will allow Phoenix and its clients to innovate at the forefront of computing. We support the creation of AI services, the use of AI applications, and the cultivation of AI communities to drive value and allow clients to infuse AI into their businesses. Together, IBM and Phoenix have now worked together to establish this new community of AI value creation. Please come and join us on a journey to uncover new AI solutions and to accelerate discovery. I just can't wait to see what we can do when we build together.
Yeah, we have seen it. The infrastructure is here. The supercomputer is obviously here. The right partners are here. The right ideas are here. You are all here, and our viewers in the live stream are here. So I think, without further ado, we are ready to go live. But I will not push the buzzer myself. I'm a TV and event presenter. That's too much responsibility for me. So I would welcome Christian Keller from IBM with me, Thomas Taroni, and Patrick Geisel. So the three chosen ones, but no pressure. So here we are. Please, Patrick, come on this side. We know that the supercomputer is located 100 meters away from us in the NorthC Datencenter. We have people there. We also try to have a live TV thing going on with them after we really pushed the button. We will see if it's working or not, but I'm very, very positive. I think this is writing history right now. I think when we're here, it's sometimes easy to say, oh, you know, it's an afternoon, it's 5 p.m., let's just push a buzzer. But we cannot forget how much work it needed to arrive at this specific place and yet what kind of impact it will have on Switzerland and the innovations that will be done with it. So already now, just deep breath, it's a very important thing. I would say we do a countdown with all of you here. We will count down from 10 below. Maybe you can already place your hands above the buzzer. And we start the countdown now. Let's start with 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go live! Yes! Wonderful, and the lights are on. We see the people in the data center. It worked out perfectly fine. Congratulations! This is amazing. Hi. So I wonder, is everything working out fine in the data center? Everything is on. Can you give us a short update?
Gut. So, ein herzliches Willkommen in Basel, bei der NorthC. Warm welcome to NorthC in Basel. We are live, broadcasting out of our data center. I hope you hear my voice well because it's so noisy. I don't have an idea whether you hear this or not. But we are here in this facility which is hosting the supercomputer, which you have heard before what's all about. And we have here also the team of the ICT Juniors, it's not the right name, ICT kids, so I have it now, who are also here today. Very pleased to have them as guests. We are supporting also this initiative from a holistic perspective, as we also run our data centers from a sustainability and security perspective. So in this sense, at NorthC, as one of the leading regional data centers, we are very proud to be part of this team who is starting this supercomputer out of Basel, not only for Basel, but hopefully also for the rest of Europe soon. So, that's the introduction. My name is Miki Mitric. So, if there are questions, our colleagues, young colleagues especially, will place them. And if we now want to start with the data center, we had already a lot of discussions. So, in this sense, when we look here at this facility, which is providing the capacities that we need for this type of supercomputing, we are here at one of the most efficient data centers in Switzerland, and I can say that we are, as you hear, very proud to be part of that, since this is the base, the foundation with the sustainability behind, sense for future sustainable business, which needs a lot of energy and power. And around this point, we had already a couple of discussions here where what is happening with the energy, what is happening with the heat, so it's not just going through the roof. We have to think about this from a holistic perspective, and I would like now to go through the team here and see who has a question prepared or spontaneously. So please, first one.
Ich würde noch gern fragen, wie viel RAM der Supercomputer hat.
Thomas Taroni, please. You have the details. I don't have the whole capacities of the computer per se, but it's very high, it's very dense, also very powerful, and it's definitely a non-standard installation. So a lot of elements which are coming together. After the meeting, after the live stream, we're going to provide you the details, definitely. Yeah. Maybe? Yeah. Next question?
Also, Frage, die natürlich vielen wahrscheinlich interessiert ist das überhaupt alles? Cyberattacken sind ziemlich bekannt. Was sind Sachen, die ihr macht, damit das hoffentlich nicht...
So, for our American friends, the question is about security, overall, cybersecurity, what are the measures that we take? So we, together with Phoenix, can provide data sovereign solutions so that the data is with guarantee secured in a Swiss facility. And this overall is a very important, the partnership where Phoenix as such is providing value added and we, the foundation, with the data center. Good. One next question. Okay, good. So one last question. Do you have something, maybe? No? One last question. Come on, don't be so shy. Come. Bitte?
Also, was genau ist speziell an dem Computer gerade, dass es so wie sehr gewartet wird, oder?
So the question is so special about this supercomputer. The special part is that we have a lot of computing power at the hands also for utilization, so for companies as an access to this supercomputing power. In the past it was very difficult to get access to it, so this is the way I want to say. So in this sense it's something which is starting now. We will see how the market will pick it up, but overall it's a new era that is starting here with our data center. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I think we are through. Sorry for but we have a very good discussion here. I hope that you have heard something what we have talked about. So very noisy, and we know it's just the start of it because it's not yet calculating fully. And this was one of the also points. Could we discuss it afterwards like this? Probably not. So to you, uptownBasel, big pleasure. See you soon.
Thank you so much. Applause. Yeah. And there we see that also the ICT scouts are involved. The future is involved. The whole generation that will be working on this project is involved. And also to answer, to go into the question, what is special about this computer? I think we could talk hours and hours about that. But for now, we will come to an end. I want to congratulate you again. Thank you so much, and congratulations that everything worked out well. Oh, handshake, good. Thank you so much. You can have a seat. And I'm also really, really happy that you all were part of this very, very important moment that we just experienced. We come to an end of today's event, and what does it actually mean? What did just happen? From tomorrow on, 19th of September 2024, companies of all size are able to access this system in a simple, easy, and efficient way and purchase the bundles and services via Phoenix Technologies, usable for everybody. So contact Phoenix Technologies, use this chance to start earlier than others, and the time is now, I think, and the AI Supercomputer is officially live. We have experienced it. I think we are all hungry for more, and this is the moment when an event should end. So for everybody who is here, you can be very excited now for a very spectacular apéro and networking break in the seminar room number 2. And for everybody who joined us live, I thank you so much that you were part of this. I will now say thank you very much. Have a great networking break and a great apéro. Thank you so much, and tschüss zusammen.